4, 3, 2. Welcome! And we're back for the Crimson Vow, Week 5. Our second week transferring over into 5e. Oh, unfortunately we missed last week because I had jury duty, unfortunately, which sucks. But we're back this week. And we got a new member. He's going to be our silent protagonist as he's going over his character sheet today. Hopefully we can get him finished so we can get him introduced in here. But let's go around the table. Jason, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm fresh, been awake for ages, which is rare for me on a Monday. And I'm feeling good, ready to play.
No alcohol on you?
Not yet.
Oh, that's right, because you guys have to go and get it.
No, I've got tons next to me, but just not drinking yet. Might be by the end.
Hopefully. And how about
Probably.
you, Yuli? How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. I had an adventurous weekend. Yeah, not been doing too much. Lots of D&D.
Lots of D&D. I can attest to that. If you guys don't know, actually, me and Yuli started a game on Wednesday that you get the rare chance to actually catch me playing as a player character for once. It's not often, but sometimes I do shed the role of God and walk among you mortals.
It was good playing with you, I really enjoyed it. It was a great first game.
Oh, it was very enjoyable. I enjoyed it. But now we got our new player that's just directly above me. Peter,
Yes,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A bit flabbergasted trying to choose spells. I can only get 4, but the board has so many fun stuff to play with.
Yes. Go ahead and describe your character that you're going to be playing with this once you get it all situated.
Well, yeah, I'm essentially playing Haley's character from that game you just mentioned. Unintentionally, since I have created the exact same character she did, which is a hill dwarf bard.
Oh, it's going to be fun once you get in here.
Oh, I hope so.
I'd be expecting you to make many songs and lyrics.
Yes, I got into this and I really wanted to do the accent as well, but now I'm embarrassed because we do have a real Scotsman here.
It's okay.
I'll keep it right.
We can both butcher her language together.
Everyone does. Any movie ever.
Yeah, that's gotta be real sad for you, because like I love it. I enjoy it. I mean, I love seeing someone speak Scottish or something in a movie, but like I don't know any better.
The worst one recently was in the new Star Wars movie where
Oh god.
Like, that guy, it sounded like he was doing a college play. It was awful. I sat, it was so cringy. I was like, no! Why did this guy deserve to be in Star Wars? Like, he's awful.
I feel for you. It's kind of like when someone tries to speak Swedish in a movie, but that never happens, so...
That's okay. I'll butcher all languages here. Equal rights.
I love that.
Because all dwarves have to be Scottish, and all muggers have to give it a really grimy English accent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
don't you just love it?
Don't you love it, Poppet?
Exactly.
But we're gonna go ahead and get started here. Picking up on where we last off. Do either of you want to take a shot on trying to recall that for EXP? No?
Haley,
I'm gonna
go.
pass on that one.
Last session.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. We got Is it? It's not Ulfric. It's
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
You do not have a storm cloak on your side.
Yusuf decided to help us on our quest to retrieve the bottle because he is also we're both under the enchantment. He's a super chaotic wizard. We broke into the Graves underground place, killed Eric, the super evil guy. Killed some of his chums, which resulted in the lizard boy turning against us. I tried to chase him down, and a crocodile grabbed a bit onto my arm, and I barely escaped with a hit point. Screaming all the way home. What else happened after that? The immediate stuff.
Well, you got most of it. I can finish it up for you. After getting mauled by a crocodile, trying to retrieve the young boy that they tried to aid, but unfortunately, just after he watched Jason, Yusuf, and Yuli butcher his last remaining family, he just had no part in wanting to be with anything that they had to do with. So
I did leave one of them alive.
you did leave
Keep on
one
forgetting
alive.
that I've enslaved one, but he's still alive.
Unfortunately, the boy doesn't know this. So,
Yeah, I think he only saw me slit his brother's throat.
yeah. He probably should stop that. But yeah, after after that unfortunate incident, they fled to the Temple of Pelor to cure their wounds. And now that the immediate threat of the grave is gone, after putting Eric to an early demise, they then turn their gaze on the Harper's Scroll in hopes to return lost property in the form of a very chaotic yet somehow magically enchanted bottle. So our scene opens today with our group, with the camera zooming in from behind them as it pans over to the Italian-like sculpture of this building. Vines cascading on every corner of it as the sign Harper Scrolls slowly beckons back and forth with the light wind. The rain still ever present, as it has been all day, as the sun slowly starts to peek over the mountain as it's beginning to set. Currently, Yusuf looks over to the two of you as he reaches in his bag, taking out a familiar vial of pink liquid as he uncorks it and begins to drink it. So, the Harper's Scroll. You definitely want to make this difficult, do you? He would turn, saying this over to Jason.
I wasn't completely aware of the situation last time. Not completely aware of how we're actually going to get in this time either.
It's not.
Like, is there a door on the building?
As you look over the building, one thing that is very commonly known about it, the out layer of the building itself is completely bricked off. There's no visible doors whatsoever. The only thing that looks to be an entrance to the establishment at all from the outside is a balcony that looks to be 2 stories up. That's overhanging where the entrance would be to the building if it actually owned one. Other than that, it's completely walled in.
Yes, I'll turn to Yusuf and Haley and say, so, any ideas on how to get in? Can you break the enchantment?
I don't believe I'm currently repelled by the wall.
You might be able to get through, yeah. But you would be alone on the other side.
Risky.
It was very risky.
I'm not one to shy from such things if we have a good plan that I can apply. But I don't want to go in blind.
I'll turn to Yusuf and say, can't you just blow a hole in the wall or something? Create an entrance for us.
As much as I would wish to do something like that, I still am in accordance with the law, so with anything that we do, I would like to remain out of their initial sight. Not to mention casting spells like that in an open area, that would cause too much attention for the Inquisition. I don't want witch hunters on me.
The Inquisition, requisition does. This is valid.
The thing that you signed for was the capture of that man. It had nothing to do with this location.
Oh yes, this is from the temple.
Yeah, the church. Bidders retrieve the bottle. Our elven estate agent friend still residing in the Harper's Scroll, I believe. I could try and make
Marky.
contact with him. Yes.
I think he was kicked out and I was.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Did you have any contact with him again?
After he sensed Yuli fall in battle, I haven't spoke to him since. He kinda took off running.
His lip will kind of snarl. Sensed.
Yeah, I found that weird too.
I myself don't understand it.
And no one questioned it?
I
It wasn't a
there.
priority at the time.
Well, if one is trying to sense you, that means that they're watching you. Which means that it's very possible that he could still be watching you.
I don't believe he has ill intent so far.
He wanted to hire us.
I believe I'm an ally so far.
Yuli, give me a perception.
Okay.
You notice a cabbage cart slowly rolling towards you.
13.
As you're watching, looking at them as they're standing in front of you currently, you notice the slender yet fine hand of an elven palm reach through the flat wall of the Harbor Scroll as it makes the beckoning movement to tell you to come. As it slowly slips itself back through the wall.
It seems we're being beckoned into the Harper Scroll, gents.
Are we?
By an elven-looking hand that just appeared through the wall. I'm saying this in a low voice.
I'm sure this is going to go well. I walk towards the wall.
I sort of go first.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Yuli, you walk through the wall without any reservations, as it doesn't even have any resistance against you. Unfortunately for Yusuf and Jason, your fears were recognized as the both of you just walk straight into a flat surface.
Damn it all.
As that happens,
I would turn to wait for them to come through.
as you walk through the wall, Yuli, the moment that your form moves through the secondary space, you feel a hand take yours as you're actually ushered through the wall in a rather rushed momentum.
Who's taking hold of my hand?
Before you can even realize it, you realize it's person that you've grown to call the Marquis, actually pulling you through and grabbing you in a embrace as he's just hugging onto you currently.
My reaction, what I just like, that I sort of do that and wait for. It's good to see that you're safe.
Never mind my safety, it's good to see that you're okay. I've heard horrible tales of what happened. As he says, he's pushing you off now and just has his hand over your cheek that still has slight signs of the bruising that you were inflicted. Along with the new added scratches and marks from being mauled by a crocodile.
Yeah, that's what I was going to point out. I was saying, you may not have heard this, but I also escaped the maw of a crocodile. Show ma'am.
And actually, as you show your arm, you notice that one of the crocodile's teeth is actually lodged between one of the studded leather armor plates, or areas.
I take it out, determined to make it into a fine necklace later.
My word. I don't know if... I'm just glad that you're fine.
Is there a reason you pulled through only I?
I wasn't aware there was others. As you now look around this area, everything's in a very somber mood. The lights are low, as there's a haze in the air that has... You're not too familiar with it, but the best estimation that you could give is it's the burning scent of some type of herb. That's...
I'll say, just a moment. I would like to chat with you. It's probably safer for my friends to stay outside, but I would like to reassure them that I'm alright.
Of course. He lets go, puts his hands between his midsection and waits for you to do so.
Okay. I'll elegantly curtsy, and as I'm curtsying, I'm gonna back into the wall.
So without any resistance, you're able to walk through.
While she was gone, I was already trying to chisel through the wall using my sword, just digging away at the ground of masonry.
While you're doing that, exactly.
Oh, you're back. What happened in there?
The Marquis is inside. It was his slender elven hand that emerged. I think it's probably safe for me to have a small chat with him. I can relay the conversation later if... I don't think there's a threat to my safety in there for now.
Is there any way you can pull me through? I'll set aside if you want to have a private chat, but...
I'm worried about the owner and an immediate confrontation without a plan. I believe the Marquis can offer some insight.
Perhaps.
It's up to you though. I feel it's unsafe if I go
I
alone.
definitely feel it's unsafe, but I barely got out of there alive last time.
I don't plan to cause any confrontation though, alone.
Hello.
None. Keep your head down. Get out safe. I'll be waiting here.
Okay. Stay safe.
As you're doing this, Yusuf is just... He's looking very uneasy as he's just staring at you as you two are having this conversation, not trying to interrupt, not trying to interject, but...
If I noticed his unease, I would ask him about it.
It's hard to explain, child. Once you have the third eye opened, there's certain things you just can't seem to unsee, as it looks like he's surveying the location, but looks more like he's looking past you more so than looking at you. Like looking past the building itself. Like something he sees, but as you guys look around, all it does is look like Italian architecture. cannot say that word. Architecture.
Just as a small test, I want to try and put an object through the wall. Like, I don't know, I guess, perhaps my pendant.
Nope.
It doesn't pass through?
No.
Alone? Okay. I'll be back shortly. Say about 20 minutes.
I'm not. Any longer, I'll set the building on fire.
I know. Wait till I'm out, please.
I'll try.
Okay, I'll go in.
As you do, you move your way through. As you look around, you don't see the marquee anywhere, as I need a perception check from you.
Okay. 4.
You survey the area, trying to look through the smoke and haze and the subtle shadow pass by of what you could guess to be just the patrons and or employees moving around in the dim light. As you start to walk by, trying to get an eye on the man that you've come to know as your employer and friend.
I will purchase, I suppose they sell sort of elven wines and things. Purchase two drinks.
So you see elven wench, basically, that seems to be sauntering away from a table as you reach out and grab her by the arm.
I wouldn't grab her, I would say, excuse me, dear.
Yes, madam.
Would you perhaps be able to provide some drinks for me and my friend?
If that is your wish.
Just water for me, and whatever the elven estate agent usually drinks.
She would bow her hand and basically do a very fluid elven movement.
Okay. I'll then wander around and look for my friend.
As you start looking around, you feel a hand just lightly touch you underneath your elbow, trying to grasp your attention.
Pay attention.
And it's him. It's like, we're over here. This table over here.
I'll join them.
As you get to the table, you notice that it's the same very stoic-looking elf that accompanied him before, as he seems to always have this very straight, serious face. Doesn't seem like he's enjoying and or disliking anything in this atmosphere. As he turns his head for a moment just to eye you before turning his head back and just not paying you mind.
I will bow courteously again before seeing myself.
As you do so, his eyes close as he gives a very subtle nod. So as you sit down, the Marquis sits parallel to you as he moves in and pretty much gets shoulder to shoulder as he talks more into your general area in front of you, more so than just turning and talking to you directly. So you have to tell me, is it true of what I heard? Is you and your companions making an attempt against the grave itself?
I'll sort of look at him like, is it appropriate to discuss this?
As he's saying this very in a hushed tone.
Okay. I will, I'll say in a very hushed tone in regards to what I left to do originally, the source of information about your item was eliminated before I could have a chance to speak with him.
It's a shame.
But also, my friend left an item here that very passionately and strongly need back, more than anything I've ever needed before. Ever.
As you start to say this, as the air slowly starts to get thicker and thicker, you start to realize the fog or smoke that's blowing through this area. It seems very familiar.
Can I place it?
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay, oh sorry. Balto, can you not do that? Intelligence check. Just like an intelligence saving throw, basically.
Yes. No. Intelligence.
I got a 10. So
As you
1d20.
try to recall the scent itself, you try to think back, but it fails to actually jog any memories. Outside of the Harper's Scroll, Yusuf and Jason stand there. Jason at odds with his tools at his side, the wall seeming to be completely unscathed with almost every attempt that you made to strike it. As Yusuf was basically keeping watch as you did this to hopefully distract and or direct any curious wandering eyes into another direction, as he has his back to you currently.
Yeah, after I realise I'm not really making a dent on it, I'll start like looking at the roof of the building, seeing it's like anything thatched or flammable.
You notice that the roof of the building is covered in these vines of sorts. They look very healthy though, so the idea of how flammable they are is unlikely.
I'll try and tear a handful of the vine actually off the building itself.
As you try to tear it, you realize that it's actually rather firm. It's
Can
actually,
I cut it?
as you take out a knife, yes, you can cut it.
Yeah, I'll
As
cut it off.
As you do, you
Then-
notice that the inside of the vein itself is a very clear liquid, like gelatin substance.
Yeah, I'll just walk over to Yusuf with it in my hands, like try not to get any of it on me. And just kind of like gesture it at him, so, do you know what this is?
He turns over his head. As he would take it, bring it to his nose, and just move it quickly across his nose, letting it touch just so he can get a slight aroma of it. As he looks back down at it, it's like, I haven't the foggiest. It smells like some type of oil, but from a vine, that doesn't sound common.
Oil. Oh, I'll like try and take it off him, if he gives it back.
Yeah, he does.
Then I'll cast Sacred Flame upon it. On my cantrips. So just doing like 2 radiant fire damage.
As you do, the vine itself withers as the white, clear liquid changes into a very red, liquid-like substance. As the vine itself looks and resembles more like the vines that you saw under the earth.
It's one of these blood vines. You may have had a good point about getting witch hunters involved.
He turns his
Maybe not
head
the
to
right-
you curiously.
Of course, like not after you, but this entire building is magical. It's probably not sanctioned. You might be able to lure them out with witch hunters and get in while they're distracted.
Attempting to use witch hunters as a lure.
Or at least a distraction.
Problem is, I don't know if there's any witch hunters left in town. The only one I knew of was the one that was a part of your group, which... Where is he?
I lost track of him. I was recovering Yuli, sorry.
His assets would have been useful. I believe his master was the only one left in town. I believe he left not long after you all arrived.
They don't happen to have one of the hats just knocking about in the Inquisition office, do you?
My word, no. Especially impersonating a witch hunter, that's a hangable offense.
It's worth it for the bottle, though. I say, like, cocking my head at him.
Damn as hell is. You see him, like, starting to bite at the nail.
Do you remember the taste? It's been so long since I've tried it.
Are you kidding me? Of course I remember the taste. It's almost
Describe
as if I
it.
can smell it. Wait a moment. Do you smell that? Give me a perception.
Sniff about. Do-do-do. Nope. I have a terrible sense of smell.
You try to smell, but no, the smell of this blood vine currently charring in your hand and just giving off the fumes just blocks all senses of smell currently.
Like looking. No, I smell nothing apart from this. I'm saying just throwing the vine away.
I know that sense. As it looks like he's moving towards the Harper Scroll.
Yeah, I follow after this, more curious than anything.
That's the rusted oak.
Wait, they're burning it?
And as we move back into the Harper Scroll, Yuli, you're starting to feel really good right now. Like, at first you had your discontent about coming in here by yourself, but after sitting in here having this conversation, everything's starting to feel better. Like, you feel like your nerves aren't bothering you as much. That's... everything's fine. It wouldn't be a bad idea to actually pick up a room here, actually. It's actually kind of nice. Women and men aren't that unattractive. They actually do what they are asked instead of cause trouble and or be annoying when you ask for things.
I'd like to examine the bar area. Is there things on display behind the bar?
There's really not a bar area. There is a tarp that is blocked off from everyone to see that the female not waitresses. It looks like they're going behind the drape and coming back with whatever anyone asks and or order.
I'll ask the Marquis if perhaps one of the serving girls would know the location of the bottle, if it was perhaps kept in the drinks area.
Bottle. You mean that horrid thing that your friend had earlier?
Yes, he accidentally left it here, I think. I wish to retrieve it.
Last I saw it, I believe that woman that he so chivalrously tried to fight for, retrieved it for a master at that time. What they did with it, I don't know.
Is she here now? In the room? This woman who tried to save.
It's like, no, I believe she may be entertaining one of the foreign diplomats that arrived here not too long ago.
Could you perhaps describe her to me?
She's tall, has fair white hair, tall, long ears that resemble that of a hare, and she has fur up to her elbows.
Elbow fur, you say?
He gives
How
her
unusual.
very. Though, I guess everyone has a taste for anything.
I would quite like to spend some time in her company.
He would actually genuinely be shocked at this. Really?
Yes, why do you seem surprised by this?
You didn't take me as a type.
Beautiful creatures are beautiful creatures, my friend.
More or less more would argue that, but yes, I can understand that line of thought.
So, as for what you request us to do, is there any more urgency to you leaving to sort this issue?
The faster that we get rid of the material, the better. I've been staying here ever since I've got to town, but each night it doesn't make me sleep any easier, and having such a delicate item obviously weighs heavy on me.
How much does it cost to keep to enjoy the company of one of these ladies?
She's quite popular. I believe that her price is 50 silver.
Excuse me then.
He would get up out of the booth to let you get up then.
Cool. I'll look for the Serving Guild to have a chat.
Let's see, you come up against a male elven.
A male elven. Okay, I'll say, excuse me, sir. I would seek the company of. I hear there's a very beautiful maiden amongst the is it consorts? The consorts here.
It's kind of
With tall, she's tall and fair with white hair, and long, almost hair like yours.
Oh. Yes, yes. I do believe that she'll be done with one of her current. She'll be done with her current in a moment, if you don't mind waiting.
Yes, perhaps you can take me to a room to settle myself in.
I'd be more than happy to direct her your way. Do you have a booth or an area that you would like me to direct her to?
If you can direct me to such an area, that would be also nice.
He would give a smile and take you to a awning that's on the 3rd floor as he opens a door as it actually exits out to the balcony itself that you saw from the outside of the Harper Scroll, as from this height, you can see the descent of the mountain as it cascades into a dense green pine forest that surrounds the entire city. And as you look around and look behind you, you can see as it slopes upwards towards the clouds itself. As the further it goes up, the more expensive each plot of land looks. As this is the first time that you got a good quote-unquote aerial view of the city itself. And as you look down currently, you don't see Jason and or Yusuf in sight. As you sit there, he takes you there as he brings you to a handmade oaken chair that has a ottoman for you to rest your feet across. So, she'll be with you shortly.
I'll just make myself comfortable. Bow chicka wawa.
As he currently stands there waiting.
Perhaps you could bring in some refreshments.
Of course, madam.
If that is not a problem. Thank you kindly.
He would give a nod as he would walk off to go do as you asked. And with that, this is a good point for us to take our first break. As we get to the attempt to retrieve said bottle from the Harvest Scroll.
Bottle that they're wasting.
Well, thank you guys for watching as we get past our first hour of the Crimson Vow. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe, all of our buttons that you can follow us on to keep track of the story as it moves on in hopefully a positive light, not a negative one. We're going to be taking a 10 to 15 minute break to recuperate, stretch, feel better, as we'll continue on after that. So, stick around. We'll be back soon. Peace.
What do you think of my plan?
It's good. What do you think of mine?
Interesting.
Just get Yusuf so riled up about the bottle, he disregards the law and everything and blows the building up. Hopefully while you're not inside, obviously. But.
Yeah, fatal peril.
You guys are horrible people.
I was